100,000 likes for the man who's a felon.
So many wondering this morning, is it all too much? He's the criminal whose mugshot went viral.
I don't accept the whole situation.
Have you ever wondered why notorious killers like Charles Manson or Richard Ramirez receive mountains of love letters behind bars?
My friends think I'm crazy for writing to you, but I wanted to say hi.
It seems unfathomable to most, yet prison cell marriages and fiercely loyal admirers are well documented.
And then he started to ask if he could write me letters, and I agreed. So it took him about 6 months to actually win my heart, and then I almost immediately fell in love with him.
But what drives a person past their basic moral compass to fall for a convicted monster? What is hybristophilia? This intense attraction to people who have committed horrific acts is a psychological phenomenon known as hybristophilia.
His name's Cameron Herron. He hit and killed a mother and child going over 100 miles an hour during an illegal street race. He was recently sentenced to 24 years in prison. Now, people on the internet and on TikTok specifically think that this punishment's too harsh and that he deserves a second chance. Here are some of the comments. Poor boy, I hope they will forgive him. He looks innocent. He didn't do it on purpose. No, it wasn't an accident. He doesn't deserve that. This one. You're too cute. I fell in love with a criminal.
The term was coined in 1986 by the controversial sexologist Dr. John Money, derived from the Greek hybrizin, to commit an outrage, and philo, a strong affinity for. It describes a condition where a person is intensely aroused by or drawn to a partner known to have committed severe crimes like murder or armed robbery. While a baseline of morality acts as a shield for most of us, psychologists point to a complex web of trauma, cognitive bias, and manipulation that can compromise that barrier. The halo effect and charisma. Psychopaths are often incredibly charismatic. Through a cognitive bias called the halo effect, we instinctively assume a charming, attractive person is also trustworthy. When a killer uses love bombing, overwhelming a target with affection and making them feel uniquely seen, the brain's pleasure centers light up, overriding the frontal lobe's critical thinking. The savior complex. Many admirers separate the real man they speak to from the monster in the headlines. They hold onto the dangerous illusion of, with me he would be different, genuinely believing their love alone can cure his darkness.
For more than 20 years, Barbara Dickstein corresponded with notorious killers.
Were you ever worried for your safety or your husband's safety?
The only person I was a little leery of, and still am, was Manson. He has plenty of followers.
The scars of childhood trauma. If a child is taught by abusive parents that violence and love are intertwined, they may subconsciously seek out dangerous, controlling partners as adults. Internalizing that pain is simply something to be endured. The seduction of the spotlight. Sometimes the motive isn't romance, but a pathological need for attention. For someone with narcissistic traits, associating with a universally recognized killer is a fast track to fame and a desperate grasp for public significance. Shifting morality. When violence is distant and not a direct threat to the admirer, its horror can fade. If someone buys into a killer's twisted justification for their crimes, like cleansing society, the violence itself may stop registering as immoral. Ultimately, the stories of women who love criminals are rarely simple tales of foolishness or naivety. They represent a tragic intersection of psychological vulnerability and dependent personality traits and the blinding nature of human connection.